Hello people of the internet, welcome back to another video, which will be the second video on this channel. And no, I will not be announcing the number video on every single video, don't worry about that. So here in front of me today, I have a fairly recent order that I've made, which is yet another 1995 Woody doll, except this is an earlier release of him. As you can see, he has some slight different, he is slightly different than my other one. I have him sitting up on display right now, I'll bring him out in just a second. Now I am using a different camera, so the colors are a little bit different than what they are for me. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. This will also be a more in-depth review of his electronics and, you know, what's kind of going inside of this chest area right here. As you can see, I have it pulled out on his leg right there. So let's go ahead and get into it. So when we're looking at Woody, we're going to go ahead and take him off of the stand here. I have it pretty well mounted on here. I got these stands also at my local Hobby Lobby for just $3 a piece. Let's see here. So there we go. Had him. He is my display Woody. And the other one is more of my showcase Woody. So here he is. He's just ever so slightly different from my other one. He is very stiff. His wires are a little bit better than my other one. So I'm pretty sure he will sit against this wall pretty good. I don't even know. A little too far. So yeah, here he is. His hat. We're going to start off with. I don't believe it's his original hat, but this is the one that he came with when I ordered him. I believe this is a Toy Story 2 talking Deputy Room Guard Woody. As you can see, he has ooh, I don't know if my camera will be able to get that, but there's some Disney Pixar branding on there. There it is. It is just a lighter color than my other one. It looks a little bit thicker, and it's a little bit less squishy. But yeah, there's the hat. It's basically identical to my other one. So let's get into Woody himself. Now looking into Woody, everything is exactly the same except for this button placement, which told me that he was older than the other one. His buttons are a little bit closer together. The other one, they're like up here and way down here, so these are a little bit closer together. Another thing that also told me is the color of his jeans. Like I said, this camera, I'm gonna be switching over to this camera from now on, so we'd be ready for that. The colors are a little bit more vibrant, so that's that. Like I said, everything else is exactly the same, including his head mold here. It's the same old smirk. Now turning him to the back here, as you can see, I've got everything pulled out here. I've got my battery cover off, and I have Woody's intestines out, as you would say. He just has the same small pull string, but he unfortunately does not work. I have already looked inside of him, and I will need to rewind my pull string winder piece because I messed it up when I did that. So I'm gonna have to redo that later on. But yeah, so this is going to be a real short video. I'm going to just tell you, you know, kind of what's in here and, you know, changing your batteries, like I said. So this is more going to be of the electronic portion of it. I will be doing a side-by-side comparison between this Woody and my other one in a future video. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Looking at Woody, we're going to turn to his back here, just like so. And as we can see, this piece is actually inside what is inside Woody's torso. Whenever you look at him, you know, you feel that little hard part. That is what this is. This is his voice box. This is a speaker, all that intact. There is a little bit of fabric that you have to cut in order to get in there, just like most modern Woody dolls. Well, maybe not modern, but maybe more Disney Store if you have one. You know, you kind of have to get into it. So yes, so looking at the batteries here, I did not take a look at these when I was doing my first review. So here's what it looks like. We're gonna take these batteries out. Like I said, this one is not currently in working order. I will have to take a look at him. So this is what you're looking at as of your battery compartment. It takes two AAA batteries. Mine is, like I said, not working order. I need to do a little bit of cleaning and possibly some new adjustments to it. So when you put in your batteries, you know, you put them spring bottom, spring flat bottom, put two AAAs in there, and then you get your battery case and you go ahead and just slap that on there. I don't have the battery screw on there right now. Like I said, you do that and then you put it back in here where it will be going. So that's the battery pack, and like I said in the other video, it is an external piece, so this wire will run all the way from the battery pack into the main voice box. As you can see, the string is connected to this. I'm not going to be unscrewing it, but I will tell you what is in here. This right here is a speaker. If you look at it and you open it up, it's going to be on this half. You also have your circuit board, your capacitors, your I don't know what to call it, your pull string winder, and all that good stuff, which I don't know how to replace, except for your voice box pull string rounder, which I will probably show once I need to. But if you're looking for other videos, go ahead and YouTube it. I don't know any specific YouTubers that can do it for you, but you go ahead and do that. But yeah, looking at Woody here, he's pretty cool. Like I said, you don't really get to see this often because it is sewn forever inside of his body. And like I said, this is going to be my display Woody in the collection. But he is going to be there instead of being used as a real toy, which I don't use any of my collection Woodies as a real toy. But he is kind of be there for the looks, and the other one will be used for demonstration. So yeah, like I said, exactly the same. This is a very short video, and so yeah. Insert exit here. We're gonna put his hat on. Looking fine, Woody, looking fine. We're gonna go ahead and put him against here. Like I said, he is pretty sturdy and stiff. But as I said, also his voice box is out, which will cause him to do a little bit of flopping. So I'm gonna hang him by the neck here, just like that, so that way we can get a nice, just a nice like that. So without further ado, do comment on my other video on what kind of outro you want me to do. I still need some lines, so please go check that down. Excuse me, go down to the channel, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!